This is a programming example for conversion of length. It explains how to write a program that takes as input given lengths expressed in feet and inches and converts and outputs the lengths in centimeters. The program assumes that the given lengths in feet and inches are integers. The first thing the program needs to do is convert the length given in feet and inches to all inches. To do this, you multiply the number of feet by 12, as 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, and add the given inches. Then you can use the conversion formula, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters, to find the equivalent length in centimeters. For example, for an input of 5 feet and 7 inches, the program calculates the total inches by multiplying the length in feet by 12 and then adding the remaining inches to this sum. It then applies the conversion formula, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, to find the length in centimeters. The program algorithm is as follows. First, get the length in feet and inches. Next, convert the length into total inches. Then, convert the total inches into centimeters. And finally, output centimeters. Now that the problem has been analyzed and the algorithm has been designed, the next step is to translate the algorithm into C++ code. The program will begin with comments that document its purpose and functionality. As there is both input to this program, the length in feet and inches, and output, the equivalent length in centimeters, you will be using system resources for input and output. In other words, the program will use input statements to get data into the program and output statements to print the results. Because the data will be entered from the keyboard and the output will be displayed on the screen, the program must include the header file iostream. Thus, the first statement of the program, after the comments as described above, will be the preprocessor directive to include this header file. To calculate the equivalent length in centimeters, you need to multiply the total inches by 2.54. Instead of using the value 2.54 directly in the program, you will declare this value as a named constant. Similarly, to find the total inches, you need to multiply the feet by 12 and add the inches. Instead of using 12 directly in the program, you will also declare this value as a named constant. Using a named constant makes it easier to modify the program later. This program has only one function, the function main, which will contain all of the programming instructions in its body. The input for the program is two numbers, one for feet and one for inches. Thus, you need two variables, one to store feet and the other to store inches. Because the program will first convert the given length into inches, you need another variable to store the total inches. You also need a variable to store the equivalent length in centimeters. You must prompt the user to input the length in feet and inches. This gets stored in the variables feet and inches. The program displays the input values. Without this step, after the program has executed, you will not know what the input was. The program uses a formula to convert the input values into inches. This is stored in the variable total inches. The program prints the total number of inches, which is stored in the variable total inches. The program uses a formula to convert the length in inches to centimeters. This value is then stored in the variable centimeter. The program prints the equivalent length in centimeters. With this, the body of the main function is complete. The program is now ready, and you can use it to print the converted length in inches and centimeters. A sample run of the program looks like this. The numbers you entered are displayed, followed by the converted total length in both inches and centimeters.